Hey everybody, this is going to be a short video on a Beechcraft Bonanza. Specifically, mine is a 1974 V35B that's behind me here. I'm going to do a quick walk around, talk about the plane, talk about what I've done since I've purchased it, and that this is the aircraft I'll be flying around the world with. Let's talk about some of the upgrades I've done all around and kind of what's still to go, because we are 2 months away now from departure and there's still a few more things that we've got to do. So back when I purchased this plane, I basically purchased it as an airframe. It's got 3,500 hours on. It was a good price because the propeller was okay for America, but with the overhaul rules in Canada, it needed to be overhauled or replaced. The engine was basically timed out. It was 1.5-ish, TBO. The avionics were decent. It had an Aspen, a 430, and it had some good stuff that I knew when I did an upgrade. At least there was some resale value on those. But basically, when I brought the plane in, we did an import. First thing I did was send the engine out for overhaul. So this is the original overhaul. It wasn't a core switch. It's got the Millennium cylinders. When I was in the factory, I actually did a tour of Aero Recip out in Winnipeg.
So every engine gets mounted on a stand, similar stand like this. Gets pushed in here, bolted to the floor. We use a dyno, so it's like a big water pump with a drive shaft.
Oh.
Now, nice thing about a dyno, we can put as much load at any weather conditions or what the day conditions are, and work it as hard as we want.
We got to the paint section. I asked them if they could paint it a different color for me, so we went with the blue. This is a recent add-on. That's actually a standby alternator, because we'll get into the cockpit soon, see the panel, and it's all glass now, so I thought it'd be a wise decision that if your alternator would go. I have a standby, and I have used this in real life. The other day I had an alternator just quit, and the standby did a good job. So next up, propeller. When this came, well, it was like Christmas time. It is a very nice propeller. In hindsight, this is the MT, carbon fiber. I should have put a heavier propeller on the front than I did, but this was available. The other ones were 6-8 month lead times. It's fantastic so far. It's kept in very good condition, considering I've put 250 hours on it in the last year. Super smooth compared to my old Aero. This has like no vibration. So yeah, when we did the engine, we did a new baffle kit with D. Shannon, and soon after that, and this, I left the Avionics. I flew them for about 150 hours before changing that. We added the tip tanks. So these are D. Shannon tip tanks. I have 74 gallons in my mains. These are another 20 gallons per side. That will be coming off with one of our sponsors very soon. It's kind of nice. They have the fuel senders work to the T, but right now it's filled to, you can see there, 3/4 full. Great. Even this as is gives me a 9-hour range or endurance on this aircraft, which was real nice. Yeah, back when I bought it, as I said, it was pretty much an airframe. I actually bought it sight unseen, but I did send somebody to have a look just to make sure the airframe was in good shape. I was just cleaning the flaps. That's why they're down. I wanted to check the rotors. If anybody knows V-tails, you would know that these are very important. However, you can see one is nice and shiny, and one is not. We hit it and made a hole in it and had to replace it, which was not cheap. So there's that. We'll get to the back seats are out because we're putting in the platform and rigging up the ferry tank right there. But if we get in and have a look at the avionics, turn it on so that you can see. This is G500 TXI. The backup is the new GI275, which has its own internal battery as well, which is kind of nice. The only thing non-Garmin basically in this is the JPI engine monitor. As you can see, my mains and the tips right here. They will slightly read wrong right now because the plane is not in flying attitude. So as I was saying, yeah, this is your main PFD. We're not going to get any, the AHRS will kick in, but we're not going to get anything while we're sitting in the hangar here. Autopilot, GFC 500, 750, XI and 650 as well. So that's what we're using for ComNav. The audio panel and remote transponder with diversity is located remote and controlled through the 750. Here's where you see the backup. You can push the test. This is saying my primary is out, obviously, since the engine's not running. And that will say that the standby is engaged, and it would be on if it was on. But that's the panel. They did it in nice carbon fiber finish, which is kind of cool. I have my two tank transfer switches, and then the fuel pump, which this is for the ferry tank. When we install that, it will go into there. Obviously, we are serviced by the one and only COVID Trucks here on Burlington. So that was a quick walk around of the V35B Bonanza that I'm going to be flying around the world. If you want to subscribe, follow my journey. I am leaving in less than 2 months now to fly this Bonanza around the world. We are going the long route. I'm not looking to break any speed records. I'm going to be capturing all of it here on YouTube and through Instagram and TikTok. So if you're interested, subscribe, like, stay tuned. Thanks. See you.